What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grant, and today I'm bringing you guys a little bit of a gun tutorial or a gun review or tips or tricks in my opinion on this weapon. It's a scout rifle. It's called the It's one of the better looking scout rifles in the game in my opinion. It looks really simple, smooth, and I just like this side effect. You got like these three circles just glowing. It looks really cool. So now I'm writing on it. Let's just see what the basic perk is, which is precision frame. This weapon recoil's pattern is more predictable. That would say it's easier to control because it's more predictable where the next bullet is gonna go. The next one is Shapered Compensator, which increases stability, moderately controls recoil, and slightly decreases handling speed. But this perk actually combating this perk by actually giving it slightly partially reload this weapon. When you slide, you can reload this weapon, so you don't really, it doesn't really matter if that decreases the handling speed of it, because you can just slide to get your bullets back sometimes if you really need a couple of bullets. Which is a nice perk to have. It's the slide rate perks, and then you got the pulse monitor. The auto reloads part of this magazine when wielder is critical wounded. So that if you take a lot of damage, this weapon will reload only a part of the magazine, not all of it. But yeah, so that's what I'm running on it, and we're gonna test it out. This is how it looks. It looks pretty smexy in my opinion. So if I then do choose to shoot over here, because it's a little bit of a distance, we could use this square over here. This is me not controlling the recoil at all. You can see how predictable the recoil is. It barely moves. Like, if I shoot as fast as I can, you see it spreads a little bit, but I'm getting shot from the sides. I'm just gonna stay here. So you see it barely moves. Like, if that's the recoil pattern of you moving around, that's not a lot of the recoil pattern, right? So if I'm controlling it, you see it's a lot easier. It's like me shooting a little bit slower to actually control it a little bit, and you see if that's a boss head or something, or like his chest, so you can like critical wounded. That's a pretty good recoil pattern to have and spread. So if I'm shooting without even, if I'm gonna hip fire with it, we're gonna get a little bit closer. We're gonna stay here and hip fire. If I hip fire on this one, I'm not gonna control the recoil or anything like that. I'm not gonna shoot as fast as I can. You see, like, if that's a target from a little bit, like, if that's a big fall, it doesn't really matter too much if you just try to take down the shield. But if I'm controlling it, if I'm shooting a little bit slower and I'm controlling the recoil, you can see it's a lot more accurate. It's not that big of a spread. Like, it spreads, of course, but not so much that you actually can control it. So I'm gonna find a place to test out this gun and show you guys how good it is and how the sliding effect and so on works on it. So here you are with a couple of enemies, and it's gonna be a one shot to the head if you hit him in the head like this. And it's two shot on the big boys, like a little bit. I would like call them a little bit of a brute because they have a little bit more damage or health and do a little bit more damage than the rest of them. So it's really easy to just control this recoil. I'm like barely concentrating on using it, and this guy has a shield. See how fast it takes out his shield, right? So another thing I would then do if I were using this gun, I would use the origin story with it. So I would take down the shield and then just start shooting with the origin story, as you see how efficient that is. And then just throw grenades or something. Yeah, you have a lot of damage on your hand out of nowhere, right? And like the problem I have when I use a scout rifle is that most of it, the good scout rifles are connect, so they're really bad against shield. But this one is good against shield and non-shield enemies like this. Has a lot of damage when you hit him in the head. I think every scout rifle has that, but this gun is just really, it's just really comfortable to use, especially when you know that you don't need to switch to power weapon or energy weapon, take down the shield and something like this. See, it's not even hard using it. You can just spray him in the face and whatever you want. So I totally recommend using this gun if you guys are looking for something other to use than a Mitre tool or say midnight or something like that. Because this gun is just fun to use. It's really good. It's probably going to be one of the better guns to use in a raid, so you can take down shields really quick. I'll use this one or the Skyburner's Oath. That's a pretty good gun as well, especially in the Leviton raid where you can then use it on cabals. So this gun would be good against like boom shield, like arc shields and so on. So I highly recommend using it. But if you guys are wondering what weapons to use to it, like if you guys like, oh, what else weapons should I have in my connect spot, I would either use the origin story or I would use like a handgun or something like that, just to have something to compete in the closer ranges, because this gun is not going to be really ideal when you're shooting in closer ranges. PvP wise, I don't think this is a really good gun in PvP. I tried using it in PvP. It's okay, but I would rather have a Mitre tool or Midnight, just way better. So that's just my little guide of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps me out. And I'm using a different kind of recording software. I'm using OBS to record, not only stream. I usually stream with OBS, but I'm trying to record videos and so on. So the quality might be as good as it usually is when I'm recording on my Elgato software, because it kind of glitches out on the audio. So I'm trying this out. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps me out. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.